Hey everybody, it's Rob from Flailthroughs. This is Gundam Battle Operation 2, and I dragged Guy Helmuth's Gundam 2 out of mothballs for today. Have not used this in forever, usually don't do so well with it, today was better. Guy Helmuth's Gundam 2, of course, is a 400 space-only mobile suit. I'd love to see that change just for the sheer comedy of it lugging that thing around on the ground. But it basically has a Buster Sword. It has a different name, I think. Well, it's the weapon for which the Dom, I think it's Gross Bile, gets its name, which is German, probably very bad German, for giant axe. As you can see, that's more of a sword than an axe, but it's the same basic idea. And that idea being 5,000 damage on a neutral swing to a support. And, this isn't even one of the worst things in 400 for in terms of, melee raids. But another thing that I don't really get to make proper use of here, because it's, naturally very hard to, try and do the Jedi thing, even with a weapon this size, is that technically the sword functions as a shield. It's not listed as one on its equipment. It does not have a listed hit point tally. But if you hit it when you're fighting against it, you will get the little shield indicator above your reticle showing that you have hit a shield. So yeah, you can actually use it to hit, incoming attacks, projectiles and the like, if your reflexes are good enough and you're lucky. Generally mine are not, and I'm not. So I'd rather just, swing on things and kill them, because that's kind of what the big sword is actually for. But yeah, it has an MMP-80 with grenade launcher for its primary weapon. It also has a Sturmfaust, and it has a chest beam gun. The grenade, the Sturmfaust, and the beam gun all stun. Of the three, probably the chest beam gun is theoretically the easiest to land, because it does have some ASL. It doesn't have a lot of it, but it does have some. The grenade is the next easiest because it readies and flies very quickly. And then there's the Sturmfaust, which does not do either of those things particularly fast. So, okay, I forgot you could only get one swing with it. That's, a bit of a mistake. But luckily, this high mobility Zaku just wasted its swing, or wasted its tackle, and I was able to get it with the downswing, which is an upswing downswing combo, as other large melee weapons have tended to do. So yeah. And yeah, it's also one of those instant knockdown weapons. If you hit something with it, they go flying like that. That's the space equivalent of a downswing reaction. You just go spinning back and lose control of your mobile suit for a moment. So yeah, it is a great weapon if you can land your shots, if you can use it. It's great. And it seems like I've gotten a little bit more coordinated at that. I'm landing more swings than I used to by far. I don't know if that's because I have a better monitor. I don't know if that's just because space just works better for me, on a PS5. I'm hoping that's just because my coordination was a little bit better today than it has been. But yeah, like I said, it probably doesn't hurt that I'm playing, I'm playing all my rounds on both PC and on my two PSN accounts. So yeah, that's I'm in practice, that much is for sure. And gonna use the grenade because it's faster. I'm gonna get hit by the Hymo. I'm trying to get that person and get beaten up. That's the tunnel vision thing. I should have looked at all the people starting to focus me and gotten out of the way. Right now I'm counting on my iframes to keep me alive, and I'm still pursuing that one person like a genius, and I got killed for it like a genius. Sometimes you just have to let go of your specific target and get to cover, stick with your team, pick somebody else to smack with your giant sword, just something other than, try to ignore the people killing you and boost towards your target, which in a big open map like Dark Space, where you can have a lot of things focusing on you, will get you killed, as you can see. But yeah, other than my usual dumb, I think doing fairly well here. And our team, I think, not doing badly considering we have a pair of supports, which can be, it's a good map for that because it is so big. But that's always a difficult situation, just because it's in the game environment right now. Supports are pretty vulnerable. I have a feeling that if the developers can figure out a way to deal with it, there's probably somewhere in our future a big support update in the style of the big raid update that made raids into the monsters they were. Raids have been a kind of a work in progress since GBO1. Maneuver armor did not exist in GBO1, but neither did build stun. Instant stun did, though, so if you were a melee raid, you had a serious problem. That being that if anything hit you, you stopped. So, not anything. Like I said, no build stun, so machine guns just kind of bounced off of you. But, can still easily wear you down until you actually get where you're going. But yeah, that's just kind of the thing of it. They've been trying to get things balanced for a long time. From what if you read the patch notes for how some of the raids that they've patched recently have function, you can kind of see that the idea is that they get in, they do as much damage as humanly possible with the once they get there, and then they probably die. That's not specifically what it says, but that's certainly the implication. The idea that they get in and do a lot of damage very quickly while they can, and the idea ideally for supports being, oh boy, I'm so dead, being that they stay in the background and stay alive longer so that they end up doing more damage over a long enough period of time. That's the theory. That's assuming you've got a functional team that's keeping an eye on you, because, otherwise the raid comes up and breathes on you, which is, I'm doing a lot of breathing in this round, so, just kind of the nature of the game, but I'm honestly not sure how to balance that either. But that is pretty much the question to I think for the future of GBO2 is figuring out how to make supports a little bit less vulnerable, I think. Or a little bit less frustrating, maybe is the best way to put it, since, I'm sure this poor Gym Sniper 3 has to be, really kind of miffed by now, because I just walked up and killed them at least 3 separate times, and their team was nowhere. So, which is why we're going to almost but not quite win this, because they just got a last-second kill. So, we were underdogs for most of the round. We were very briefly over cats, but we could not maintain it. So it's could be worse. But yeah, 2840, 94,000 damage, top diversions with all that, because it's kind of hard not to look at the thing with the big sword. 6 kills and 5 deaths. Yeah, like I said, I think that's the idea behind some of the melee raids. They go in, they kill, they die, and hopefully end up ahead of the board a little bit like I did. So that's going to do it for today's Gundam Battle Operation 2. We'll be back soon with more. Till next time, everybody take care and have fun. Later! I forget when and under what context I first accidentally used the phrase overcats as the opposite of underdogs, but it's the kind of thing that sticks in your head after that.